whiskey lovers, welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. Today I'd like to talk to you about this beautiful Glen Keith bottling. As you can see, it is a special bottling for the finest notes. Now first, something about Glen Keith. This is a Speyside distillery near Strathisla. As you know, Glen Keith has been closed but was recently reopened by the owners, Shivers Brothers. Whether or not Glen Keith will be available as a single malt again is anybody's guess, but if it is, it will at least take 3 years, as you know, probably a bit longer. So if you want to try Glen Keith now, you'll have to use an older bottling or turn to independent bottlers. Now in this case, the finest notes, that is a Belgian whiskey club. So let me tell you a little bit about them. One of the members, Mark Kastermans, the whiskey Buddha as we sometimes call him, is a good friend of mine, and when he told me he was going to be bottling a Glen Keith for the 10th anniversary of his club, The Finest Notes, I was very interested. This bottling is a Glen Keith from 1995, bottled in 2013, making it an 18-year-old. And this cask yielded 124 bottles. Now, this is something that I usually like to put in my collection and keep it for later. You know, maybe just, I do not want to open up this sort of beautiful bottles, this bottles with that special story behind them. So I practically begged Mark to not only send me a bottle, which I paid for, but to also include a sample, which he graciously did. So that means I do not have to open up that bottle just yet, and I can try this beautiful Glen Keith from a sample. So Glen Keith, 1995, bottled at a cask strength of 51.2%. So I expect this to be quite punchy, to be quite full in the mouth, and I actually expect quite a bit of this Glen Keith, because I am, after all, someone who has tried quite a few Glen Keith, and none of them have really disappointed. Maybe the regular official 10-year-old was a bit on the light side, was a bit of a non-challenging whiskey, but all the others that I've tried, which were independent bottlings, all of them were quite good, quite punchy, quite full, quite fruity, so I'm expecting quite a bit of this. And of course, when club members select the casks for a club bottling for their 10th anniversary, well, it's not going to be a bad whiskey now, is it? So let's give this a try. The color is a bright golden, sunlight to golden. It's got a beautiful body, looks like. On the nose. Well, I get some tropical fruits right at the front of this nose. Some tropical fruits, some coconut, some pineapple, clearly a hint of pineapple, some gooseberries. It's got a herbal side as well. I get some eucalyptus. I get some hay, maybe some green herbs, just a hint of green herbs. This is quite nice, and in the back there is this hint of wood smoke. Not peaty kind, of course. This is pure Heart of Speyside. It's not peaty at all. It must be from the char level of the cask. But I have to say, while it is not mentioned on the label of this beautiful bottle, I wouldn't be able to tell you right now if this was bourbon cask matured or sherry cask matured. Because it does have a bit of both. There's some honey in there, there's some coconut in there, there's some wood spices that make me think of a bourbon cask. But the tropical fruit, on the other hand, the pineapple and some sultanas, maybe even just a hint. It might even be a refill sherry cask. I just can't tell. But maybe the palate will reveal that information. Who knows? Good body, nicely oily, coats the mouth. Ooh, spicy. Kaboom! The roof of your mouth starts to prickle with all the spices. Wow! I've got a hint of camphor, clearly pepper, loads of pepper in there. Very powerful, very punchy, but very nice. After the spices fade a little, then the fruit returns. Not as powerful as on the nose, but still, it develops beautifully, it coats the mouth completely, it gives a very good mouthfeel, and I do not feel the urge to add water to this, so let's not do that. But I'm still undecided to the type of cask, but I'm going to bet this was a bourbon cask. No, I'm not going to bet. I'm going to guess this was a bourbon cask. Who knows? The finish then. Well, on the finish, which is creamy, and I am reminded of the color yellow. Don't ask me why. I sometimes have these crazy color associations. This reminds me of yellow. Very creamy, fades very gently. Oh, it's a very long finish, a spicy finish, warm, lingers nicely. Wow, good body, good cask, good selection. So congratulations to the Finest Notes, not only for selecting this beautiful Glen Keith 18-year-old from 1995, but also with your anniversary, because this is 10 years the Finest Notes. So well done, fellows. Keep up the good work, and may the malt be with you. Bye-bye.